Welcome everybody to another episode of Carla's Corner. This one's going to be a little bit of a nostalgic trip. Um, Today you won't see my face, but you will be able to hopefully hear me. Um, and the reason for that is I wanted to showcase some of the things that I'm talking about while I'm talking. So I had to edit it that way. But I did a post on one of my social media platforms, and it was just regarding how things are now as to opposed to what it was back then. And it got me thinking, back in the 80s and 90s, when I was growing up, we had it pretty dang good. We had um, prices that were unbelievably low compared to now. For little things like ice cream and things like that, and it was a fun time. So stay tuned, and we will get into it. So one of the places that I remember going to as a kid that was probably most memorable for me was Pizza Hut. Back in the 80s and 90s, they had the best restaurants, and you would be able to go in and you would have um, all you can eat buffets. So you would go in, you could order a pizza if you wanted or whatever, or you could go up and you could actually literally grab a slice of each pizza that you liked. So if you were a fan of ham and pineapple, like you know, my grandmother used to be, or if you were a pepperoni pizza kind of person, like I am, um, or a meat lovers like my husband, you could go in and get a slice of each, and you could go back for more if you wanted, or you could take advantage of their all-you-can-eat dessert bar. Now that was mousse, jelly. I think from memory they had like little cheesecakes and stuff, and then they had the ice cream. Now the ice cream, the ice cream, it was soft serve, and then you could go and you could top it with whatever toppings you wanted. So I'm talking crushed nut, I'm talking chopped chips, I'm talking toppings like chocolate or strawberry topping, caramel, whatever, um, hundreds and thousands. So there was like an array of amazing stuff, and they had these brilliant booths. And I remember going there as a kid and even as an adult, before it closed. And they need to bring that back. So Pizza Hut, if you come across my video, please, for the love of everything good, bring those restaurants back to Australia, and bring back the prices that made it so good, because we need we need 80s prices right now. I think 90s prices right now, because 2023 is just killing us, I think. But another thing that we had when I was growing up was Blockbuster Video. Now, I know recently on their website it's got some sort of awesome stuff happening, in that there's a message saying, um, you know, I think something like please be patient or be kind or something while we're working on rewinding your video. So I'm really excited for that. I'm praying, with everything in me, that it's going to be like it was before, where it's VHS, because I am a huge fan of VHS. Not a big fan of DVDs, but I love VHS. There's just something about it that just makes me smile. So hopefully that's a thing. And we would go there, we would get our snacks, we would rent two or three videos, and then we would you know, um, go home, gorge ourselves on snacks and soft drink and whatever else. And then we would do the right thing. We would rewind the video, we would put it back, and we would sometimes be late, but you had your late fees and things. But um, we tried to take the videos back on time, and then we got to choose new stuff. And that was something that I absolutely loved. Again, Blockbuster, if you come across my video, for the love of everything good, please bring it back, and bring back like your $3 weekly videos and stuff like that, or fortnightly or whatever it was back then. Um, that made it not only affordable, but it was a good thing. Um, Video Easy was another one that we had. That we had a choice between Blockbuster and Video Easy, and it was the same sort of premise. So, but Blockbuster, I think, was probably my favourite out of the two. And growing up, it was somewhere that I basically went and could not hang out, but I definitely helped out a lot with the scanning of the return videos and things, because I knew some of the people because I was there so much. Um, so that was kind of a really cool thing about my childhood. Um, and then another thing that we had was a place called um, WA Salvage, and that was like a hardware store. You could get just about anything there, and it was brilliant. And their slogan was "We're not fancy, but we're cheap," and it was the most amazing place to go. It was just, in my opinion, one of the better places to go. Then you had like your Mitre 10 and stuff like that, but WSL, which was like the bomb. I remember wandering around in there and just looking at everything, being so in awe of everything. Um, and it was nice. There were always cars parked, and that sort of thing, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty neato. And then we had something right up, I think, through till my school days, and maybe even, I don't even know how long ago it was, but we used to have one just around the corner from where I live. But we had a Wendy's milk bar. So it's different to the American Wendy's. Um, the Wendy's that we had over here was hot dogs and ice cream. Like, you could do hot dogs and milkshakes. And but the milkshakes were brilliant. They had like crunchy or violet crumble, and that was like my go-to shake. And occasionally I'd get a hot dog, because it would depend on who was on and who made it, whether or not how it tasted. So, like with any food, but it was good. It was brilliant, and they need to bring it back to my corner of Australia. Yeah, don't just leave it to the other states. Come back to WA. Yeah, um, but it was brilliant. So Wendy's, if you're listening, please do that. That would be great. To the people who used to work or maybe owned WA Salvage, it'd be really cool to see a resurgence, because I think we definitely need uh, something here, because it's getting way too pricey. Life is getting way too pricey. Um, the other thing that we had, which I loved as a kid, was a Hearns. Now this shop was incredible. It was a brilliant department store, and every Christmas it would have a talking Christmas tree. And even in my adulthood, right before it closed, I would go and I would talk to the Christmas tree. So there'd be little kids there and whatever else, but it was brilliant. They had everything that you could possibly want in there, and it was just brilliant. Um, and unfortunately, um, unfortunately, David Jones brought them out, and we never saw them again. The Hearns just disappeared, and we had David Jones. And I'm sorry, but David Jones is way too pricey, and it's, yeah. So I avoid David Jones. But I would love to see a Hearns make a resurgence. That'd be kind of cool. Um, and then lastly, supermarkets. We've always had Woolies. We've always had Coles. It is what it is. But my favourite are the little ones. So we used to have Foodland. We used to have Super Value. Super Value was wicked. You'd have black and gold uh, brand, which was like the cheapest brand you could get. So you could get like a tub of ice cream, which was like 99 cents or whatever it was. And it was brilliant. And those little, independent places were brilliant, and just so much cheaper and better than the bigger ones. And now it's turned into IGA, and they are so pricey. You might as well shop at Woolworths and Coles. It is terrifying just how pricey things have gotten nowadays compared to back then. And so I guess to the higher ups, the powers that be, I guess what I'm saying is bring back the lower pricing. Bring back the money isn't everything, but the consumer needs to get things and live, and housing needs to come down in price so that it's not all about the money. Bring back the 1 and 2 cent pieces. Oh my god, yes. And bring back the old currency. It's insane. We can't have plastic cups, we can't have this and that, but our money feels plastic. Our money is just, I don't like it. I prefer the old school back in the 80s and 90s, really. But I just wanted to share with you guys today just a little bit of my childhood and some of the places that we had here that really made life pretty awesome. We had Dick Smith's, we had Home Art, we had all these amazing, we had Copper Art, Home Art, we had all these sorts of amazing places. Four Seasons was like a lingerie swimwear place, and we had butcher shops and things like that, and now a lot of the supermarkets have gotten rid of that. So I'm really hoping that some of these places get to see this video and they go, you know what, there are people out there that are still wanting us around, let's make a comeback. And I'm hoping that some of the higher ups and the powers that be can work together or whatever and make it that, yeah, 80s and 90s come back. I mean, if vinyl can make a comeback, if tape cassettes can make a comeback, why not everything else, right? Why not? Maybe even a little kindness and patience in the world might come back. Anyway, guys, have a brilliant day or night wherever you are. Stay kind, stay happy, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one. I know I closed this out just a bit ago, but I just thought of something that I had to add to this Carla's Corner. Where I am, we had the most amazing beachfront atmosphere that was insane growing up. We had a hotel type bar situation where people could go. It was like their local watering hole. It was the local pub, and it was pretty cool. It's now since been so badly dilapidated. Well, not dilapidated, but it's so badly mistreated that it's such a far cry from what it was. So if the powers that be around where I am somehow come across this video of nostalgia, please restore it, bring it back to its former glory. I'm talking with the grassed section, everything, because our town deserves a beautiful place to go. And even though I don't know that it's needed really, I'd like to see even the old nightclub. Like, it used to be a Liquid nightclub, then it was something else, and I can't remember what it was. But something like that for this town would be brilliant. I would also love it if we could bring back a roller skating rink. My god, it was a brilliant place to be. It's now a furniture store. We don't need any more furniture stores. Please, please, please bring back the roller rink. Bring back all the beauty that was in the 80s and 90s. Please restore our town to what it could be, and not what it is. But that's it, you guys. I am officially closing it out now. So yeah, till the next one. Bye.